Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're tackling how to totally ace that water conservation technician interview.
Absolutely. And we've got some really great resources to help you do just that.
Right. We're diving deep into RoleCatcher's career guide and their interview guide. Um, it's like having a roadmap to interview success. Kind of, sort of, but way more fun.
Way more fun. And we're going to make sure that you understand not just, the what to say, but the why behind it. Yeah.
Exactly. So the career guide, it actually says that this role, it's about way more than just plumbing. Like you are going to be on the front lines of protecting our most precious resource, water.
Yeah.
Rainwater harvesting systems, figuring out those gray water solutions. I mean, it's all about making every single drop count, right?
And that's what makes this career path so exciting, right? I mean, the career guide even talks about how the demand for these skills, these water conservation technician skills, it's growing like crazy. I mean, just think about it, right? As water becomes even more and more precious, your skills become even more valuable.
It is a good time to be in the water saving business. So, okay, let's talk interview prep. RoleCatcher's interview guide gives us 9 common questions that you might get asked, and they're surprisingly, thought-provoking.
Hmm.
First up is, how did you first become interested in water conservation?
Okay, so this one is all about your passion, right? So
Yep.
don't just give some generic canned answer. Think of a specific story that really sparked your interest. Was it, a documentary you saw? Was it a project that you worked on? Was it a childhood memory? I don't know. Make it personal. Show them this isn't just a job for you, but it's something that you're genuinely passionate about and you care about.
Right. Like, I used to collect rainwater in buckets as a kid. Take it a step further, though, right?
Yes.
RoleCatcher suggests asking a follow-up question. Like, what initiatives does your company prioritize in its commitment to water conservation? You've done your research, and you're eager to, contribute, which is awesome.
Exactly.
Okay, what experience do you have working with water conservation technologies? So this is where you get specific.
This is where you get specific. So list those technologies. Low flow fixtures, smart irrigation, whatever you've worked with.
Don't just name drop, though.
Don't just name drop. The interview guide really emphasizes using what we call the STAR method, right? Situation, task, action, result.
Okay, I like it.
So instead of saying, I'm familiar with drip irrigation, you'd say something like, in my previous role, we had this issue with water waste in our landscaping, so I spearheaded the implementation of a drip irrigation system, which reduced water usage by 20%. You see the difference?
Huge difference.
Huge difference. You're showing them, not just telling them. And then to really impress them, after you answer, try a follow-up question like, have you experimented with? And then you could name an alternative technology.
Right.
Shows that you're, really looking for those best solutions.
You're on top of it. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and advancements in water conservation? This field is constantly, evolving. So staying ahead of the curve is, I would say, key.
This is where you show them you're a lifelong learner, right? So mention industry publications you read, online courses that you've taken, maybe conferences you've attended, webinars you've watched, whatever it is. The career guide, by the way, has a whole section on staying updated with, some great resources. Definitely check that out.
And then to take it up a notch, what you could ask is, are there any specific resources or training programs that your company recommends? Shows you're proactive about your development, which I think is great.
I love that. Now for question 4, get ready to, toot your own horn a little bit because they're going to ask you.
Yeah.
Can you give an example of a successful water conservation project that you either led or were a part of?
Ooh.
Yeah, this is your time to shine. So choose a project that really highlights your skills. But again, be specific. Don't just say, I help save water.
Right. Quantify.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Quantify your impact. I implemented a rainwater harvesting system that saved 10,000 gallons of water per year. Bam.
Love.
And after you share that amazing success story, follow up with something like, are there any ongoing or upcoming projects at your company that I could perhaps learn more about? Shows them that you're already thinking about how you can contribute.
Love it. Okay, next question. And this one is so important in this field, I think. How do you prioritize water conservation efforts when working with multiple stakeholders with different priorities.
Oh, it's all about your communication skills, your negotiation skills, right? You're
Yeah.
going to be working with all sorts of people, right? Homeowners, businesses, maybe even government agencies. They're not all going to have the same priorities, so you need to be able to, find that common ground.
Right, right. Like you're a water conservation diplomat.
Yes, you got to bring people together. And to show them you're ready for that kind of diplomacy, you could ask the interviewer, how does your company approach communication and collaboration with stakeholders on these types of projects? Demonstrates that you're thinking about the bigger picture.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to be, stepping on anyone's toes or anything like that.
Right. You got to be tactful about it.
Okay, moving on to question number 6.
All right.
How do you measure the effectiveness of water conservation programs and initiatives? Time to talk data.
Yes. Be ready to, discuss the specific metrics that you've used before. Did you track water usage before and after implementing a new system? Did you calculate cost savings? Did you look at, customer satisfaction surveys? Whatever it is, numbers speak volumes, right?
The interview guide also suggests talking about how you use that data to make recommendations, because it's one thing to collect all this data, but what are you actually doing with it?
Absolutely right. You got to show them that you can analyze it, interpret it, and use it to drive decision making. And a great follow-up here would be to ask them, what key performance indicators does your company track to evaluate the success of its water conservation efforts?
Well, I like that.
Shows them you're interested in their, specific approach to measuring success.
Okay, question number 7. This one's interesting. How do you engage and educate the public about the importance of water conservation? So it's not just about the technical stuff. It's about getting everyone on board.
Right. Think about any experience that you have, with public speaking or teaching, or even just, explaining complex topics in a simple way that anyone can understand.
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever, given a presentation or written an article or led a workshop, anything like that?
RoleCatcher even suggests thinking about community events or social media campaigns. Get creative with it.
Yeah. And then to show them you're ready to jump in and get your hands dirty, ask them something like, does your company have any ongoing public outreach programs or initiatives related to water conservation?
Okay, 2 more questions to power through.
Let's do it.
Question 8. How do you ensure compliance with water conservation regulations and policies?
Oh, this one's important, right? Because you gotta know the rules of the game.
Right.
So familiarize yourself with the regulations in your local area. Yeah.
The career guide actually links to some helpful resources where you can find this information.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, definitely take advantage of that. Then be prepared to discuss how you've ensured compliance in your past roles.
Right.
What steps did you take? What systems did you put in place? And for that extra bit of, polish, you could ask them, could you tell me more about your company's internal procedures for ensuring compliance with these regulations? Shows them that you're, already thinking like a part of their team.
Right.
And that you're serious about upholding those standards.
I like it. Okay, last question.
All right, bring it on.
How do you build and maintain relationships with key stakeholders in the water conservation community? It's all about those connections.
It is all about the connections.
Yeah.
So this could include, government agencies, suppliers, community organizations, really anyone who's, involved in the world of water conservation.
So talk about your networking skills, your ability to collaborate, your experience working with diverse groups of people. This is really about building bridges and fostering those strong, positive relationships.
So it's like you're building a water conservation dream team.
Exactly. You got it. And to really wrap this question up on a high note, hit them with this. What are some of the biggest challenges and opportunities you see for collaboration within the water conservation community? Shows them, you're thinking big picture about the future of the field.
Yes. Love it. Okay, we covered a ton of ground here.
We did.
But don't feel overwhelmed, because remember those RoleCatcher AI tools we mentioned? They can really make all the difference. Think of it like this. You've got all the knowledge from the career guide, you've got the strategic insights from the interview guide, and now you're adding RoleCatcher's AI tools to fine-tune your approach.
It's like having a secret weapon.
Yeah.
Their CV and resume builder, it's a game changer, right?
Totally.
It doesn't just organize your information, but it uses AI to actually tailor it to each specific job description. So you're not just sending out some generic resume. You're sending out a targeted marketing piece that highlights exactly what that hiring manager is looking for.
And get this, it can even help you identify like keywords and skills from the job description that you might want to highlight even more in your answers.
Sure.
So it's like having a mini marketing team for your career.
I love that, yeah.
Okay, and then there's AI feedback on practice answers. You can actually like record yourself answering these interview questions, and RoleCatcher will analyze everything, your delivery, your content, all of it.
It's like having a personal interview coach, but available 24/7. Talk about taking your prep to the next level.
Next level,
Love
for
it.
sure. But even with all the, fancy AI tools in the world, the most important thing is you. Your passion, your experience, your unique perspective. That's what's going to make you stand out.
100%. You said it. RoleCatcher gives you the tools and the knowledge, but you're the one who brings it all together.
So to our future water conservation technicians out there,
Yeah.
go and make us proud.
Yes, go save some water. And remember, this deep dive was just a taste of what RoleCatcher offers. For the full experience, including those incredible AI tools, head over to their website and check out the complete career guide and the interview guide.
You won't regret it. All right, everyone. Until next time, keep on learning, and we will catch you on the flip side.